Hello, guys. Welcome back to English Learning Podcast. Today is not just another English listening practice. Today, you are about to train something much more powerful than your English. You are about to train your mind. Because in today's episode, we are going to explore one of the most life-changing books ever written, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. But here's the best part. While you discover the powerful lessons from this book, you will also improve your English listening skills, learn useful vocabulary, hear natural English sentences, and build your speaking confidence at the same time. So today, you're learning two skills together. You're improving your English, and you're building a stronger mindset. I will speak slowly and clearly. Don't worry if you don't understand every word the first time. Just keep listening. Every time you listen again, you will understand more. And by the end of this episode, you won't just know the story of David Goggins. You'll understand why millions of people believe that ordinary people are capable of extraordinary things. So, take a deep breath, put away every distraction, open your mind, and let's begin.
Lesson 1. The Accountability Mirror. David created something he called the Accountability Mirror. Let's make it simple. An accountability mirror is not just an ordinary mirror. It is a place where you stop lying to yourself. Instead of looking at your face, you look at your habits. Instead of asking, why is life so difficult? You ask, what am I doing wrong? That question changes everything. Because successful people don't waste time blaming the world. They first examine themselves. Now imagine this. Every morning, you stand in front of a mirror. You write small notes on it. Maybe, wake up at 6 a.m., study English for 30 minutes, exercise today, finish one chapter. Every time you see the mirror, you see your promises. And every night, you have only two choices. Either I kept my promise, or I broke my promise. There is no hiding. There is no pretending, only the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, but the truth also changes people. Example, imagine two students learning English. The first student says, "My English is bad because my teacher isn't good." The second student says, "My English is weak because I don't practice enough." Who do you think will improve faster? Of course, the second student. Why? Because he accepts responsibility. Once you accept responsibility, you gain the power to change. When you blame others, you give away that power. Example, imagine someone tells you, you must learn English well enough to give a presentation in 3 months. Many people would immediately say, that's impossible. But another person might ask, what should I do today? Notice the difference. Successful people don't focus on the size of the challenge. They focus on the next step. Lesson 2. The 40% Rule. During his painful training, David discovered one of the most famous ideas in this book. He called it the 40% Rule. Let's make it simple. The 40% rule says this. When your mind tells you that you're finished, you're probably only at about 40% of your true ability. Think about that for a moment. Most of us stop, not because our body cannot continue, but because our mind wants comfort. Your brain is designed to protect you. When something becomes difficult, it sends a message. Stop. This is enough. Take a break. Sometimes that's necessary. But very often, your body still has much more to give. Your mind simply wants to avoid discomfort. That is why so many people quit too early. A simple example. Imagine you're jogging. After 10 minutes, your legs begin to feel heavy. Your breathing becomes faster. Immediately, your mind whispers, "Stop now." But if you continue for just another 2 minutes, something interesting happens.
Your breathing becomes steady again. Your body adjusts. You realize you weren't actually finished. You were only uncomfortable. Discomfort and danger are not the same thing. David learned to understand that difference. English learning connection. Now let's connect this lesson to your English journey. Many learners quit because they feel uncomfortable. They worry about making mistakes. They worry about their accent. They worry that other people might laugh. But remember, feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you're failing. It often means you're learning. Every conversation, every mistake, every new word is making your English stronger. Don't fear mistakes. Use them, because every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Vocabulary time. Let's learn today's useful words. Limit means the farthest point you think you can reach. Discomfort means a feeling that is difficult but not dangerous. Endurance means the ability to continue even when something is difficult. Challenge means something that tests your ability. Repeat after me. Limit. Discomfort. Endurance. Challenge. Excellent. Every new word makes your English a little stronger. Part 4. Hell Week, when your mind wants to quit. David Goggins had already lost an incredible amount of weight. He had pushed his body harder than ever before. Now, he had finally reached the place he had dreamed about: Navy SEAL training. But earning the chance to train was only the beginning. The real battle was about to start. One of the hardest parts of Navy SEAL training is called Hell Week. Just hearing that name sounds frightening. And believe me, it truly is. What is Hell Week? Hell Week lasts almost 5.5 days. During those days, candidates sleep only a few hours, sometimes less than 4 hours in total. They run for miles. They swim in freezing water. They carry heavy boats. They crawl through mud. They perform difficult exercises day and night, without enough rest, without enough food. Lesson 3. Callousing your mind. David Goggins introduced another powerful idea. He called it callousing your mind. Let's understand that together. Have you ever used a shovel or worked with your hands for many days? At first, your hands become painful. Sometimes they even bleed. But after some time, your skin becomes thicker. That thick skin is called a callus. The pain doesn't disappear. You simply become stronger. David believed the mind works exactly the same way. Every difficult experience makes your mind tougher. Every challenge makes you more resilient. Every time you refuse to quit, you build mental calluses. And over time, things that once felt impossible become normal. Example. Think about your first day learning English. Maybe simple conversations felt difficult. Maybe you couldn't understand native speakers. Maybe you were afraid to say even one sentence. But today, you're already listening to this podcast. You're understanding more than before. Why? Because your mind has already become stronger. Every day you practice, you're building mental calluses. English learning connection. Now, let's connect this lesson with your English journey. Many learners only remember their mistakes. They forget their progress. Instead, create your own cookie jar. Remember your first English sentence. Remember the first movie you understood. Remember the first conversation you completed. Every small success matters. When learning feels difficult, look back. Not to live in the past, but to remind yourself, I've already improved. That confidence will help you continue. Lesson 4. What does taking souls mean? At first, this phrase sounds aggressive, but David wasn't talking about hurting people. He wasn't talking about revenge. He wasn't talking about making others suffer. He meant something completely different. Imagine someone looks at you and thinks, they'll never finish. They're too weak. They'll quit soon. Instead of arguing, instead of becoming angry, you simply keep working. You keep improving. You keep moving forward. Eventually, that same person watches you succeed. Without saying a single word, you've completely changed their opinion. That's what David means by taking souls. You win through discipline, not through arguments.
Imagine two runners standing at the starting line. One runner spends all his energy talking. I'm faster than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm definitely going to win. The second runner says nothing. The race begins. Step by step, mile after mile, the quiet runner keeps going. Finally, he crosses the finish line first. Who made the stronger statement? Not the person who talked, the person who performed. Actions will always speak louder than words. English Learning Connection. Now let's connect this lesson with your English journey. If you only study grammar, you'll become comfortable with grammar. If you only memorize vocabulary, you'll become comfortable with vocabulary. But if you really want confidence, you must speak. Even when your voice shakes, even when you make mistakes, even when you feel embarrassed. Every uncomfortable conversation makes the next one easier. That is exactly how confidence is built. Not by waiting, but by doing. Vocabulary time. Let's learn today's useful words. Approval means acceptance or praise from other people. Comfort zone means a situation where everything feels safe and familiar. Consistent means doing something regularly over time. Progress means moving forward and becoming better. Repeat after me. Approval. Comfort zone. Consistent. Progress. Excellent. These words will be very useful in your everyday English. Lesson 5. Never finish. David noticed something interesting. Whenever he reached one goal, his mind immediately wanted to relax. It wanted comfort. It wanted an easier life. But he knew something dangerous. Comfort slowly makes you weaker. Not in one day, not in 1 week, but little by little. So instead of asking, what's the easiest thing I can do now? He asked, what's the next challenge that will make me grow? This is what he calls never finish. It doesn't mean you never celebrate your success. It means you never stop improving. Imagine you finally become fluent in English. Would you stop learning forever? Probably not. Maybe next, you'll improve your pronunciation. Then, public speaking. Then, business English. Then, writing. Growth never truly ends. The best learners stay learners forever. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Many people believe they must feel motivated before taking action. David completely disagreed. He believed action creates motivation, not the opposite. Imagine waiting until you feel like exercising. You might wait forever. Imagine waiting until you feel ready to speak English. That day may never come. Successful people understand something important. They start before they feel ready, because motivation often appears after the work begins, not before. Vocabulary time. Let's learn today's useful English words. Consistency means doing something regularly over a long period.
Evidence means proof that something is true. Achievement means something important that you successfully complete. Growth means becoming better over time. Repeat after me. Consistency, evidence, achievement, growth. Excellent. Every new word is another step toward fluency.
Before we say goodbye, let's take one last look at the powerful lessons we learned from Can't Hurt Me. First, we learned about the accountability mirror. Real change begins the moment you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. Then, we discovered the 40% rule. Most of us quit far too early. In reality, we are capable of much more than we believe. After that, we learned how to callous our mind. Every challenge, every failure, and every difficult moment can make us mentally stronger if we choose not to give up. Next, we explored the idea of taking souls. Instead of proving people wrong with your words, prove them wrong with your actions. Then, we learned to never finish. Success is not the end of the journey. The moment you stop growing, you stop becoming your best self. After that, we discovered the empowerment of failure. Failure is not something to fear. It is one of life's greatest teachers. And finally, we learned the most important lesson of all. The biggest battle is not against the world. The biggest battle is against the voice inside your own mind. If you can win that battle, you can change your life. So, as you finish listening today, don't just close this video and forget everything you learned. Choose just one lesson from this book and apply it today, because one small action can completely change your future. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I truly hope this episode helped you improve not only your English listening skills, but also the way you think about life. And remember, every episode on this channel is designed to help you do two things at the same time: improve your English and improve yourself. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to English Learning Podcast and turn on the notification bell. Because in our next episode, we'll dive into another life-changing best-selling book. You'll learn powerful English through real conversations, discover new vocabulary naturally, and uncover practical lessons that can transform the way you think, work, and live. You won't just become a better English speaker. You'll become a better version of yourself. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, keep growing. And remember, your future is created by what you do today, not by what you plan to do tomorrow. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode of English Learning Podcast. Goodbye, and never stop challenging yourself.